Today's January 30th. We've been kicking around some ideas for a town logo, and today I'm going to hit it. This is what I came up with. Hopefully we'll be able to zoom in and get kind of a general idea. This was drawn on a napkin when we were out for dinner one evening. So I'm going to hopefully make this, the little thing that it is, into something that is presentable enough that we can get onto a t-shirt so we can start selling them. Some of the other ideas were this, and again, I'm not sure if you could see this or not. How's it looking there?
Good now.
Good, okay. Those were some of the rejects that we had, and again, we're not artists or anything. We came up with this here, and I'm hopefully going to make this into something that is presentable. Again, I'm not an expert, and I'm not sure if you people out there are old enough or in the area that had a show called Ray Rayner. I'm 52 years old, and when I was a kid growing up, there was a morning show that we all used to watch called Ray Rayner. And what he would do is always do a project, and this is kind of how I'm doing it, only I don't have that magical guy off stage that made that perfect little item for me to duplicate. I'm going to kind of do it all from scratch and basically use stuff around the house that I could come up with to do this. So, and that's how I'm going to make my little circle for the logo. So I'm going to take one here first, make sure my pen writes properly, and do a little line like this. This will hopefully get our outside circle for our logo. Not too bad. Again, hopefully when we finish, there's one there, if you can see what it looks like. Okay? Yeah, I know. Laugh, 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 laugh. This is all a big joke to some people, but we're taking it seriously. Okay, now I'm going to make the inner circle and try to line. The reason why I got two circles here is we're having a band around it, and that's where our wording's going to be. And right at the moment, you know, the logo is going to say a town from scratch. Hopefully, eventually, when somebody names the town for us, we'll go ahead and change that to read, you know, the actual town name, you know, so we'll have a more permanent logo. Inner outer circle. Okay, let's see, what we're going to do here is kind of take my sample here so we get kind of an idea of what we're doing. Again, we're doing this all freehand because we want people to understand that this is not a professional job. This is just something that, you know, we're doing that hopefully will work out into something for everybody. Kind of like two eyes, a nose, and a smile on there. A little smiley face type deal. Okay, that's the house that we're doing. What I also did was print out some wording. And this is the wording that we're going to use for around everything. Little town hall that we got on here also. And again, I hope a lot of you out there had the experience of watching Ray Rayner, so you kind of appreciate what I'm doing here. He was amazing, and we, as kids, you know, I'm from Chicago, and in the Chicago area, we kind of live and breathe for this guy. And I always knew when to go off to school because it was always right after this project. He seemed to do the project right around the same time every day, and as soon as it was finished, it was time for me to run out the door to make it to school in time. And we always waited around to see that. So, you able to get a shot of this? Okay, then what I'm going to do also is cut out a section for around the circle and see how that comes out. You know, whenever I do stuff like this, I always start thinking about the Three Stooges. You know, they start going, you know, Again, I guess a lot of that is showing my age. See, we're going to kind of place this around like this. I'm going to probably have to cut each of these words out. There we go. A. Down. From. Scratch. And that's basically our logo. So now let's add some coloring to this. Slide that right off. We're going to make this patriotic. So we're going to go with red for the outside color. And hopefully I'm not going to run out of marker before this all gets finished. This is not my first attempt at this and I've kind of learned that you got to be very careful you don't drag your fingers across where you just marked, because otherwise your finger gets all colored. And that got a little black there, and then you start dragging it all over the page like I did just in that little section right there. But some of this won't show up on film when we actually make the picture to download it to, you know, get some t-shirts made up. So, or at least hopefully they'll be able to hide some of it. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about, you know, what they always tell people. Now kids, don't try this at home, you know, without adult supervision. And I guess they probably should have told that to me too. Okay, that looks pretty good. Possible. You know, as you guys are watching this, you're thinking, man, I could do such a better job than that. And by all means, if you can, if you got a better way of doing it, or even, you know, a nicer one with this general idea, send it to us. We'll take your ideas, your suggestions, and definitely your help. We'll take all the help we get our little hands on. I always learned that it's easier just to, you know, be nice around the edges like this, and then you could just fill in, you know, as you go along, a little broader strokes. There we go. It's getting close to being done. There we go. Now, all that coloring in there. Again, like you say, you don't want to drag your hand across it while it's still damp, because, oops, it'll smear all over the place. And we don't want that. So what do you think, people? Starting to look good, isn't it? Okay. And again, what we're going to do here, we're going to place Town Hall right in the center there. And we're going to do a town from scratch. Not too bad. We found a website that'll do t-shirts for us, and all we have to do is take a picture of this and download it to them, or upload it to them, and they will print us up some t-shirts. So they will be for sale on our website. They'll be $25 a piece. I hope you guys buy a ton of them, because we're going to need a lot to start getting our roads in and things like that. So please, help us any way you can. Thank you very much.